Good afternoon or good morning, everyone. I'm Gokul Babu Kuttuva Ganesan, and I'm thrilled to be here at Conf42 to talk about something close to all our heart, enterprise integration. Today, the talk is titled Beyond REST, Exploring Modern API Paradigm for Enhanced Enterprise Integration. As integration architects and developers, we know that traditional REST model has served us well, but the digital ecosystem is changing fast, and it's time to explore what's next. Let's start with the bigger picture. Over the last few years, we have seen the shift in how enterprise approach API design, and REST is no longer the default. Organizations are exploring GraphQL, event-driven model, API meshes, serverless APIs, and even hypermedia-driven designs. Why? Because our integration challenges are getting more complex and REST isn't always the most efficient way to solve the problem. Why move beyond the REST? So what is the pain point? First, low development. With REST, complex data often means multiple endpoints, multiple calls, and a lot of developer frustration. Then there's a data overhead. REST API tend to over-deliver data, leading to inefficiencies, especially for mobile or bandwidth-sensitive clients. We also run into breaking changes as systems scale. REST endpoints become a nightmare. And of course, scaling REST wasn't designed for a high throughput event, high and heavy environment, and that shows under peak loads. So GraphQL data efficiency breakthrough. Let's talk about the GraphQL. It's a major leap forward in how we query the data. Rather than juggling multiple endpoints or getting too much or too little data, GraphQL gives the client control. A single query returns exactly what's needed, nothing more or nothing less. And the impact is some companies have seen 60 to 70% reduction in the data transfer volume and significantly faster development cycles. It's not just about speed, it's about the developer experience and maintainability. The next, let's talk about the event-driven architectures. Now onto the real-time need. Enter the event-driven architectures. Instead of pooling or relying on a synchronous call, service event when state change occurs. These events are streamed and consumed asynchronously, allowing systems to react in near real time. This is also loose coupling, which helps to build system more scalable and resilient, especially in microservice landscapes. So API based. So one big challenge with the modern architecture is explosion of one-to-point integration. That said, API mesh comes in. It offers a unified gateway that can route, compose, secure, and cache the requests across the multiple microservices. Instead of having an individual team build ad hoc integration, the mesh abstracts and simplifies the architecture. Think of it as an orchestrator and a scheduler. So next, the serverless API scale on demand. Now let's talk on scale. So imagine an infrastructure that scales exactly what as you need it and disappears when you don't. So that's the promise of serverless API. They bring up to 78% cost reduction with cold starts averaging over just 3 seconds and warm responses as fast as 250 milliseconds. It's the ultimate pay-as-you-go model for your compute. AI-enhanced API. So we are also seeing a big leap forward with AI-enhanced API. So these APIs use machine learning for intent recognition, anomaly detection, and even predictive caching. So the system starts serving when user will need, not just what you asked for. It's smarter, more reactive, and even it's the direction many enterprise platforms are heading towards. So Hypermedia API is a self-documenting system. And let's finally, it's not a overlooked Hypermedia API. These might seem old school, but the idea of APIs that are self-documenting and guide the client through resource discovery is powerful. Then they reduce breaking changes by 65% according to some studies and make client-side development much more intuitive. Now let's zoom out. Choosing the right API paradigm isn't just a technical discussion, it's a strategic. You need to know, you need to look at your business goal, data patterns, consumer expectations, and scalability needs. No one size fits everything, but the best architecture often blends multiple paradigms to match the specific use cases. Let's discuss the key takeaways here. So, if you remember nothing else from this session, it'd be this: no single solution fits all, blend strategies as needed, evaluate trade off. Every model has the pros and cons. Start small, find a pain point, implement, and learn. Third impact: always tie your architecture to outcomes. Thanks so much for joining me. I hope I gave you a fresh lens to look into integration, not just as a technical hurdle, but as a powerful driver for business agility and innovation. I'm happy to take your questions to shoot me if you have any questions. And thank you for giving the opportunity to present this. Thank you so much.